Today I thought I'd lighten the mood a little bit and give you an insight into how my starting over 50 life has progressed so far. The dynamics of where I am has changed somewhat, and let's just say that the honeymoon period is well and truly over, and I've now found myself living with people, but alone. It's a bit hard to explain the situation because I want to protect others involved without possible repercussions at some point in the future. But as Robin Williams said, I used to think the worst thing in life is to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel alone. At this point in my life, it's totally okay. And in a way it's better, because I can now dance to the tune of my own song. I've talked a lot about how I'm dealing with the emotional side of starting over on this channel. So today I thought I would share my self-care when it comes to keeping active and eating well. Hello again, and today is another Saturday. And I tend to do these videos at the weekend, namely because it's the time that I can do them, because I'm working during the week, and in all honesty I only work in the mornings when I do work. And the thing with that is because I have to focus so much while I'm working, but by the time I have my lunch and then in the afternoon when I start doing my own stuff, my focus just goes, and it's so hard to do what I really want to do. So this is why I have to do things on a Saturday or at the weekend. And today I do have a purpose of going out, and I am going to look for a new pot to cook with or in. So the reason I am going to go and get a new pot is because things have changed a little bit. The dynamics has changed a little bit at home, and I am now just cooking for myself as opposed to family dynamics together. And because I am only cooking for myself, there are times in the evenings when the size of pot that I need is being used, and in a sense, just like I mentioned in my previous video, I'm trying not to get into people's way, so that by having my own pot for when I need it, I'm not having to inconvenience other people. And this is why I'm going out and get a new pot. Now, finances are still tight because I am still only working part-time. When I was still in Epsom, I came across the pleasure of TK Maxx. And in TK Maxx, you can get pretty good quality stuff. To be honest, I don't buy clothes in TK Maxx. Namely because I like what I like, and I don't like having to trawl through loads of different clothes that I don't really want to wear anyway. But TK Maxx is great for household things because you can get some pretty good quality pots and pans and plates and dishes and things like that for a really good price. Wow, the sun's come out. TK Maxx, here I come. So this is the pot that I got from TK Maxx, and it's a really good pot because it's stainless steel. And the reason I got stainless steel is because I've learned that those non-stick pans with the lining that doesn't stick your food, is not really good for you. This is from Swiss Diamond, and I know they're really good because I've got a milk pound that's made from the same company, and this is how much it costs. And I know probably originally it costs a lot more, and that's why I like to go to TK Maxx for my pots and pans. I also got these boxes because I share the kitchen and I want to be in the kitchen and out as quickly as I can, and I prefer to do batch cooking. So this is a 1 litre, I think, box, and this is 2 litre box. That way I can have all my meals prepped and just have what I need each evening. As you can see, they're a lot cheaper. They're from Mason, which I know are good makes, and what's really good is the actual jars themselves. It's made of glass. Again, it's minimizing the impact of plastic in my food. Altogether it cost me about 35 quid, so I'm pretty much set. Food has always been an important part of my life, not least because I just love food. I'm postmenopausal now, but from midlife and perimenopause, food and nutrition became even more important and to some extent functional part of my life. Food is no longer about satisfying my hunger or cravings. It's more about nourishing my body so that I can cope with the stresses of starting over at over 50. When I'm stressed, I feel tense, stiff, and there's always tightness in my head and my chest. I also get heart palpitations and that impending doom that seems to hang around. Being qualified in nutrition, I'm aware of the impact of food and nutrition when it comes to stress and menopause. I don't have the luxury of leisurely spending time cooking in the kitchen. Let's just say I have to be out of people's way, which is why I had to invest in a new cooking pot and storage containers. Even during the times when I had even less money last year, I prioritized eating whole foods. This was because eating convenience foods made my moods and negative mental train of thoughts even worse. Nowadays, the extra income I get from my job enables me to eat what I want and need, without too much worry about not having enough money for food at the end of the month. I'm now able to have treats, but always after eating nourishing meals. Another thing that's helped me cope with the stresses of starting over at over 50 has been keeping active. When I was in my first house share, I wasn't working, so I spent a lot of time walking to help clear my mind of all the stresses of what I was going through. It was also free, as I had very little money for food and I certainly had no money for treats, let alone a gym membership. Since working, I've been lucky enough to have extra money to be able to join a gym. Some people may see this as being excessive when I'm still not in the financial stability that I'd like to be in. But keeping active is an important part of my healing journey. Self-care and wellness is essential and not a luxury. I am investing in my future health and I want to be able to live fully well into my later years. It can be so easy to wallow in the hardships and stresses of starting over, but this only keeps you in the negative frame of mind. Even though I'm in a much better place, I can easily get into a downward spiral when this happens, and it's really hard to get out of. There are days when I don't go out, and even now it's all too easy to stay indoors for 3 to 4 days without going out. To be honest, it's partly due to weather and partly due to having things to do, like recording and editing videos. My main goal at this time is to move into my own place and not have to share space with anybody. I don't have as much time as I used to have last year, when I used to be able to go and walk for an hour or two nearly every day. Nowadays, I just go to the gym to exercise. Being at the gym not only helps to use up excess adrenaline, it also helps build muscle to keep my energy levels stable. And this reduces the energy dips that can lead to low moods or mood swings. After my gym session, I had my lunch and spent the day resting and watching a film. I don't really give myself much relaxation time, as I'm determined to work hard to be in a financially stable position to live on my own. So it's important that I take time to rest and not do anything when I can. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet into my life, and thank you for watching.